What's the best joke you know?
This isn't funny.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, welcome to Peeves and Qs. This is a podcast where we ask each other questions, talk about what's annoying us whenever we can.
Yep.
Do it. I'm Mr. Ed, your host, and with me is Carmen Sandiego.
Hello.
Mischief Gay.
Hello.
And Clever Girl.
Hey.
That's all we got today.
I know.
It's a light group.
That's all right.
It is all right. I think it's more manageable, to be honest.
Very good. So, where have we been?
Oh, yeah.
Forever.
It has been forever, which is why I forgot to introduce our first segment. How are you guys? How have you guys been?
We've been great. We've been recording a different podcast for 2 months.
Well, it's over now, but...
Yeah.
But where can you find it?
Anywhere. Literally
what's
anywhere.
it called?
It is called What Makes It Scary. And we recorded that for the whole month of September and October. Mr. Ed and myself. So go check it out. You can check it out where you're finding this podcast right now.
Did you do an episode about me?
No.
No, we should have had you on, though, for sure.
It's about horror
you would
movies.
have been a good guest. I would not have.
Yeah.
No.
You definitely wouldn't have.
No, but he would have.
Yeah.
So, that was a lot of fun.
So that's what we've been doing. And the last time we saw both of you together is when we did an escape room.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was an awesome room. I have decided that's my favorite one.
Which one was
that? It was called Immersive X.
And that's the one we talked about on What Makes It Scary.
Correct.
Cool.
Did you like it? Was that your first escape room?
Yes.
It was both of our
I
first
liked
escape
it. It was
rooms.
super fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
However, my only complaint was that I think the group was too big.
You think so?
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. And you just don't know what the room's like.
Like, it was nice because we finished super early, but since it was my first one, I would have liked a little more of a challenge.
Yeah.
Where, like, I feel like a couple of the people... Did we only go with 2 other people?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was 6 of us.
So those 2 people, I feel like they knew what to look for.
Yeah.
Yes.
I felt like I was
exactly.
kind of standing around being like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I
then if
want
you
more
do
of a
one again,
challenge.
you'll kind of know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. For
Definitely,
sure.
the first time Clever Girl and I did a room, it was with a bunch
sucked.
of... Well,
People who'd never done one before, including ourselves, so we're literally just like,
See,
there's nothing in this room.
I was going to say the opposite, which is it was good that nobody knew what we were doing because there wasn't
we were
one person
completely
who
lost.
took over.
Yeah, see, I think I need a good balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, people who kind of know what they're doing, but not completely, who aren't
We'll have to go with just the
experienced.
4 of us, because even still, like...
We could go do rooms that we've done, you and
because
I.
we can't remember.
Well, even if we did, we'd just be like, now you 2 do stuff, and we'll, like, help, and, like, if you don't want to...
That's just condescending.
Is it?
We'll help you along if you need it.
I don't think that's condescending. I think that's being helpful.
Maybe.
You know what the difference between those things are, right?
Well, I want to be challenged myself. Some of them I still struggle with. We went to one last weekend that, like, had... You know, you had to measure these things, and if they were this, it was this symbol, and I was like, okay, what do I do with these symbols? And, like, right next to the symbol on the key was what I had to do, and I never looked at it. I was like, I'm an idiot.
That was a room where there was just a ton of information all at once that you had to just be like, what's important? Oh, no, I can't filter stuff too much. But it's fun.
Yeah, it was a fun experience for the first time to do it, but yeah, I would go back again with maybe less people.
Yeah. I find smaller groups to be easier to deal with because you know what everyone's working on.
Right,
you know
and
what
you
can get a word in. I feel
I was
sometimes
very
I was trying
much
to talk
just
and nobody was
literally
listening.
like, I was
like,
like,
excuse me.
Right.
Well, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
Like, I said this. I'm like, I'm over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I love bringing people to escape rooms for the first time and watching them do them. I'm not good in escape rooms. I get very frustrated very easily. Yeah, and I do tend to yell like, "What are you doing? Why would you do that?" Yeah, but they're still fun.
They are a lot of fun.
Okay.
It was a fun experience.
It was good. It was a good Halloween-y thing to do.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I liked it.
So other than that, what have you guys been doing?
Yeah, what's been going on?
Oh, God.
Working. Dance class. Life.
Working, dance.
Are you guys in like the...
We are preparing for our Christmas show. Right. But we didn't have class this past week because it was a snow day.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was so glad. I didn't do anything that day.
No.
It felt so good.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I don't have to leave the house, but I was like, I don't know. And then they called it and I was like, yes, I can just stay here. It was a good day off, but yeah, doing that and then working, and I'm doing other music stuff for church right now, so it's starting to get busy, and I'm just like,
it's the most busiest time.
Wow.
Thank you.
So nobody's played the new Pokemon game, huh?
Is it out? Oh, yeah.
It came out today.
Today, 15th.
Oh.
I mean, whatever day this comes out.
Well, I don't know. This is definitely not
Whatever.
coming out tonight. But it was recorded on the 15th. Little peek behind the curtains there.
Right.
Sorry to ruin the magic for you guys.
God, what I was gonna say something, completely forgot.
Okay.
So you're not in like the full grind of rehearsals yet.
No, we're
Like-
just regular
No.
stuff. But he is in another show. He's rehearsing 2 shows.
I'm,
Oh,
yep.
yeah.
I'm
per
rehearsing for the Christmas recital and also this little quartet cabaret thingy majig. And
Cool.
I'm stressed,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I'm calm about it.
Wow.
that's good.
That's good.
Like
That's
that
the way to be.
meme of the
The
what is
dog?
it? Dog. Yeah, the dog just
The
like
fire.
Like
the
in
fire.
the fire.
Oh, in the fire.
This is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
everything's
That's
good.
me.
Yeah.
Great meme.
Right now.
Yeah. I think that the way that show is, it's like a quiet panic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way
Quiet
to put
Panic. That should be a good movie. The Quiet Panic.
Because you're like, this is a lot. This is too
Yeah,
much.
this is really a lot.
Because then you're like, how? Because it's a lot if you could read it, but then you have to memorize all of that.
Yes. The
Yeah.
memorization right now is the worst.
I
part
literally
of it.
was like looking at the lyrics. I did another version of this show. Spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like look at the lyrics, go out and sing it. Like look at the lyrics.
Oh, those
I
are
was
hard shows.
I was like panicked about that. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been in a show like that where I had to have my script backstage where I was like, I cannot remember what
It's
this
been a
was
long
started.
lot.
definitely gonna be like that.
Yeah,
and
it was just
I'm
a
not
lot.
ready.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been in a show.
That's true because you're in class all the time.
But I'm almost going to be done. I don't think I've talked about how close I am to the end of this thing.
Yeah.
I'm very close to the end. That's pretty
Okay,
much
that's
all.
it.
That's all there is to say on the
insert
subject.
clapping.
Yay! Aww.
You've been driving an hour and a
Yes,
half away
I
to
have-
one class,
I have
and
a
it happened to
class
be.
A city far away.
Oh, it didn't happen on the day it was snowing, right?
It happened. It snowed
It was
on
the day
a Monday.
after, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you only go once a week to that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Once a week.
Thank
That's
God.
not awful then.
Right.
If you had to go multiple times a week, that'd be like.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
do it.
but
I'd
it's
just
on-
move down there.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I live here now. Bye, Jed.
No, but it's enough because every Tuesday I'm stressed to the max that he's going to get down there, okay, and then get
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I got podcasts to listen to, like this one. Peeves and Qs. Hello, everybody. Oh, and speaking of Qs, what do you say about moving on to the
You wanna do
cheeky
questions
little
first?
Qs? Oh, sorry, no.
I
You're
mean,
right.
we can. We
No, no.
totally can.
Who would want that? No, Peeves first. Who would want to go first with Peeves?
I have one.
Okay.
Do it.
So, for how long would you say we've been going to the gym?
Regularly? Couple months, 2 months?
Yeah. I'd say 3.
3 months.
I think we started
Let's round it
in
up and
September.
say 5.
Yeah. No. We started going to the gym, and, I used to go to the gym all the time in college, and then
We all go to the same gym now, you guys.
we do.
Do we really?
Yeah.
Mhm. Not the exact same
Yeah.
one,
I was
but
about to say, you're driving all the way there.
No.
I was gonna say, I've never seen you guys.
we go to
It
Planet
seems-
Fitness.
This episode is not sponsored by...
They
But
could,
it could
though.
be.
yeah, if you're listening,
Give me
PF.
a
I'll
free
go
membership,
there.
please.
Yeah. So, and this used to happen at my old gym.
Carlos. Wait,
Oh my
that's
God.
not...
Yes.
that I cannot stand because there's only a certain amount of machines.
Mm.
Like you'll be lucky if you get 2 of the same machine.
Yeah.
And when someone is sitting on it, like they're using it,
Mhm.
and then someone comes up to them and just starts having a
Oh,
conversation.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like I understand
Yes.
that like this might be your gym buddy and you only see them at the gym and you have to kind of catch up on how your life's been and whatever, but get off the fucking machine
Yeah,
so I can use it.
exactly.
Oh, so they're having
Yes.
a conversation.
Yeah.
And you're waiting for them.
Yeah, and like this, and I really noticed this whatever day we went this week,
Yeah,
Tuesday.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, and it's like she was doing abductions of hips or whatever, and she was like kind of doing them while she was talking, but I was like, "Come on, let's go! I
Right.
have to have that machine. It's my
Yeah.
last one." But that's so annoying.
It really is.
Yeah, speaking of the gym, I hate how, I don't know if your guys' is like this, but I love like the little 30-minute circuit thing.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that. I have another peeve about that.
But I hate that it's so just like open. Like
Yeah.
people can just, well, for ours, like people can just like see us. And I'm like, don't look at me.
Can't people see you, like, all over?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's especially like
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
It's kind of like
It
on a
is-
stage. It's kind of like,
Oh, is
look at
it?
the-
Yeah.
Well, it's
At
kinda,
yours?
it's
Oh.
like
ours
brighter
is just
in
ours
there.
is just like
Mhm.
in the middle of the gym.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
No.
I think the mall one is like that too.
Oh.
Where it's like right in the middle.
Well, I don't really know. Our gym is being redone right now, so I don't
Right.
know what they're doing.
But it's kind of like, the way it's set up is just kind of like, hey, look at this area.
Yeah,
Look at me.
It seems
Yeah.
brighter and like different lighting, and like there's that little fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's
To
like
keep
it's
the
being shown off.
undesirables out.
It's weird. It's kind of. I haven't used that though.
Every machine should have a little stall with just like walls. You just
I
step
would
inside.
Someone would die in there.
Good.
We'd never know.
Let them.
And then I'd be really mad because I'd be like, get out! I have to use that machine.
Well, that's part of the workout is you have to lift their body, drag it. It uses all parts of the muscles.
There's like gym etiquette that people need to learn and
Seriously.
follow.
For sure.
I think Planet Fitness does a good job of like keeping it non-judgmental and everything like that. They even have signs that are like cell phone conversations, please take to the lobby, so they know how annoying that is as well.
Yeah, so that compliment is an extra $1,000 Planet Fitness.
The one that we go to is managed by someone I went to high school with.
Yeah, that is weird.
How interesting.
We weren't friends, but we weren't not friends.
Right. They're an acquaintance.
Right. And so when I
Peers.
first like saw that she was there, I was just like, maybe she won't remember me. And then she immediately was like, oh, hi, Jody. I was like, oh, hi. So,
Yeah.
like, every time now I go to the gym, we have to be like, how are you? Oh, how's it going?
I know. I just want to like go there, do my thing, leave.
Especially because, like, I'm that person, I don't change when I get there. I either change before I get there or whatever. So I'm just like, I walk in and I'm like, okay, I'm on my way to the machine.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
That's another thing. Like, I like to go to the gym and, work out and listen to music the whole time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost annoying. I love having a gym buddy to go with. Like, I go with Chocolate Thunder all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But then you can't listen to your music.
Yeah, well, I can, and I do, but I feel like I can't do it as much because, like, we'll be talking and stuff.
We, like, hardly
I
talk.
agree.
Right, because
We go in, we
go do our own thing. It's like, you go do those machines, I'll do these, whatever. And then we'll meet up at the end.
Then we meet up at the end and kiss, and everyone in the gym is like, ah. They really are.
And it's like,
'Cause I
yeah,
always
we didn't know each other before we got here today.
I always think people like think that. Like,
Yeah, right?
And I'm like, no, we're here all the time.
That's why I always introduce us as a couple, because I don't want people to be surprised
We
when
can't
we start
introduce us
kissing.
to everybody in the gym.
We could. Just walk around and be like, hello.
God, how annoying would that be?
I think it'd be great. Okay, well, so was that
Gym talk.
Was that your
Gym
peeve,
talk.
or were you just
No, I was just piggybacking.
okay?
Additionally. Yeah.
Okay, peep closed.
Peeve closed.
He's closed.
Next.
I'm glad that has lived on.
Yeah,
Peeve
Peep closed. It really helps.
And it was just like a spur of the moment thing. It wasn't like, what can we do to make it new and fresh?
Yeah, because that makes it new and fresh.
It is. It rejuvenates
That's what really
the
makes
show.
our audience like come and listen to us.
That's
every
why they
single
tune
week.
in. You joke, but what's your peeve, Mischief Gay?
Mine is just kind of, that made me think of it because of, like, the whole Christmas decorations and stuff.
There was
And I guess this room.
it's very Christmassy in
Yeah.
here.
My peeve, which I don't know if this is like an actual, like, peeve.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
if it's, like, a good thing. I don't know.
I'm getting a little subjective here in
I
the
know.
peeve section.
But, like, I personally hate how, like, the more I get older, the more, like, the less that I care about Christmas. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I
Kind of like,
understand.
like, I used to be so excited for it. And,
Yeah.
like,
but now
growing
you
up.
gotta buy presents and do all this other crap.
Yeah, that, and also, like, I feel like there's less and less stuff that I want, for myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I want
I'm
money.
like,
I'm
there's
literally
I want
like,
money. I want
I'm
gift
like, I don't
cards
need
and cash.
anything.
Send
Yeah.
money.
I want to hang out with
Venmo
people.
me.
is
Yeah, I want
literally what
experiences.
Yeah.
I want to.
But, like,
escape
presents
rooms.
were, like, the best thing growing up.
They
But now
really
it's just
were.
kind of
Mhm.
like, you can get me, like, a sweater, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
When you were younger and people asked, "What do you want for Christmas?" You'd like know what to say and you had a list.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
specific toy.
Yeah.
Like, I would literally go through things and,
Mhm.
like, make a giant list and
Uh-huh.
send
Yeah.
it to, like, my mom and my dad.
Basically, I just circle the catalogs that they
Yep.
send you, the
Yeah.
whole thing.
I was talking about that at work
Right now,
today.
it was doing that today.
Yeah.
Circling the toys in a catalog.
I want this one and this one, and TT, you can get me this one.
But now people are like, "Hey, what do you want for Christmas?" And you're just like,
I mean, I have
"I'm
a
not ready
list.
to answer this." I don't
I'm
know.
paying some of my debt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, like,
Oh.
Yeah.
just give
I
it.
just,
sure.
I just
Hey, car
feel
payment.
like
Yeah.
such an adult, and I don't like it.
And you know what else
It's
it
hard.
is? Is because I don't know if you noticed this, but it feels like our years get so shorter.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, didn't we just fucking do this? Like, didn't we just have Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Our years just are
Well, I just
flying
can't
by.
believe, like, from the summer when we did that show to now seems like...
Like a blink
like,
of an eye.
what?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's insane.
It's true. It is
No,
true.
I agree. You have to find, like, little things to do that keep you in, like, the Christmas spirit, I guess.
I bet having your nephew makes
It's
that
really,
a lot easier.
Really a lot easier, yes. Because he's doing things for the first time, or, like, he has childhood innocence still.
When
so,
your nieces
you know,
and nephews
get a little bit
bit
bigger.
older, you might notice that too, that you have
Yeah.
a little more
Right,
fun.
Yeah, but no, it's just like for yourself though. Like even like putting up decorations or doing something because it's so easy to feel stressed out, especially when we're doing all these shows.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're doing Christmas stuff from like October to by the time you get to Christmas.
I start the day after Labor Day.
By the time you get
that's
to
when
Christmas, you're like, I've been
starts.
doing this for like months. I'm over it. But if you like get together with friends to do something that you only do at Christmas time, that's something that's special that you can
Right.
Yeah.
like hold on to.
Yeah.
But it's hard because I just want some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my pocket.
Yeah.
All I want for Christmas is cash.
Yeah.
Just like that song.
And like your mom just refuses.
Yeah, she's like, that's not a good present. I'm not doing that.
I mean, my parents would too, but they would never say that.
Right.
They would just be like,
I
"We'll give you
feel
money."
like my mom would do that.
Like she would just be like, "Here you go. Here's
Yeah.
a check."
That's awesome.
If I really asked her to, I feel like
That's
I
great.
like ask for specific stuff that I know that I need that might be like
Yeah.
a little bit like if I'm saving for something, I'm like, you know what, I could really like use like help buying blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah. I feel like if my mom actually did that, she would wrap it though.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have something to open.
Yeah.
But-
I'm like sentimental. I want something to open
Yeah.
still. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I
Get the
am
check.
like, I'm that person that's like, oh yeah, buy my vitamins for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy my makeup that I buy.
Jody,
you know?
you and your family are so frustrating at this stuff because what they'll do, listen, everybody, that Jody will go find something that she wants and buy it and then take it home and be like, will you get this for me for Christmas? And then her mom will take it, wrap it, and just keep it until Christmas time.
It's only clothes that we do that with.
Uh-huh.
And it's because I don't trust anybody else's taste.
I've done that. Like I'll be out with my mom and she'll be like, try this on. I'm like, oh, I can't really like, that's not in my budget right now. She'll be like, well, this can be a Christmas present. And
Right,
she'll be like,
yeah.
do you want it now or do you want it at Christmas? I'm like, wrap it up. I don't want it now.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, I mean, I kind of do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll, like, be, like, you know, online, just, like, going through, like, different clothing sites, and, like, I'll just send links to my mom. I'll be like, this is cute.
Yeah, your mom has started doing that.
Yeah.
And
And
then-
it's nice because now it's like, oh, this specific thing, not just
Yeah.
anything.
a pair of
But, like,
boots.
I know, like, I kind of have an idea of what she's getting me that way, but I don't know exactly what she's getting
Which
me
one
from
she's
that
gonna
place.
buy, right.
Yeah.
That's why there's still some mystery to it.
And it's
Yeah.
kind of like an
Some.
idea of something like this, not
Yeah.
necessarily this exact
Yeah.
thing.
I have a whole list for Alex of like things that need to be bought. So like when people ask, they don't ask him anymore. They just ask me.
Yeah.
And I like deal out. I'm like, okay, well, you can get him this and you can get him that and you can get him this and I'll get him that. So it's nice. Wish someone would do that for me, but
Now's not the time, Jim.
no, I actually keep my own list and do that.
Yeah.
But
So there's probably
yeah,
Yeah.
good
there's
peeve.
probably
Yeah.
something about like the older you get, the less of an emotion you receive out of a thing.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like when I was a kid, I would be so excited for everything. Like, hey, we're gonna go see a movie. Yeah, I can't wait. And now it's like we're gonna go see a movie. Oh, that'd be cool. I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
Just everything is like that.
Mm-hmm.
I used to just be so full of life, and now I'm just
Now I'm just so...
old and gray.
Me too.
I'm
I have
trying
so
so-
many gray
I'm-
hairs
yeah.
in my head.
Do you
Oh,
really?
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I
Me
haven't
too.
found any in a little while, but just wait till after Christmas.
Why did they tell us that was an old person thing and not just like a
Mid-20s thing.
mid-20s
Oh, I
thing?
already knew. My family is notorious for...
Really?
Yeah, my mom was
Early.
gray at 20.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
But
well,
I found gray hairs. I'm just like,
Yeah. I can't. There's so many now that I can't pluck
Yeah.
them out.
yeah. No, I had a friend that was dyeing her hair from going gray in like freshman year of college. So
Mm.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
just depends on your.
So if you're
genetics.
listening and
Plus,
you're
we're
young,
more stressed.
Yeah.
some of us are.
No, this generation is more
Oh,
stressed.
yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Well, we have reason to be. Let's not get into all that.
No, but
who
yes,
would-
it's hard. I
So-
would say to sum it all up, it's hard to keep the innocence and the fun in anything. However, I do try to.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
do you think you'll have kids? Do you want kids?
Wow, real
Okay,
heavy
well,
stuff
I was
all of a
just
sudden.
because I didn't want to be like, well, when you have kids, because
When I'm like older,
Sure.
maybe I'll have.
Okay.
I'll adopt
If
one. Did I just see
there
that?
is there is.
Well, I feel you can
Um,
also have kids like literally whenever you want.
yeah.
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 Oh, yeah,
which is
because I could
like,
adopt.
yeah.
Yeah, the point I was making that if you have kids, you might get some of that back.
Yeah.
I would think because you have to.
I try to live my life as a perpetual child, so that helps.
I'm fully aware.
And you get to live vicariously through me.
I
so
do.
it works out for everyone.
Yep.
Anyway, is that your peeve? Peeve closed?
Peeve closed.
Peeve closed, everybody. Let's now move on to our next peeve.
My peeve, clever girl will appreciate,
Yay.
is that I moonlight in the dental profession once in a while. And this week I met someone who brushes their teeth once every 6 months when they're going to get their teeth cleaned. And their spouse she's up to maybe once a week.
Oh.
So they will die of heart attacks.
Yes. They're in their early 20s.
Oh.
Oh my god!
And my peeve is adults, or just people in general, but adults who know better is not doing basic human hygiene, like take a shower when you need to take a shower, like clip your nails. Someone that's an adult that never clipped his nails, you know what I'm talking about from dance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, grooming, get it together, people. And also, you're gonna die.
You're gonna lose all your teeth, and then you won't be able to eat, and then you'll die. There's a million ways you could die.
That's insane.
In the West.
Once every 6 months.
Yeah.
That was a good joke.
Thank you.
Once every 6 months.
That's absurd.
That's disgusting.
Can you believe? Can you believe?
I cannot.
I hope they don't have children.
I'm sure they will.
Solely for the fact that when that woman gives birth and then or either of them kisses that child, the amount of bacteria that is going to be transmitted is disgusting.
Yep.
That's just rot in your mouth. I'm sorry, that's disgusting.
Can you imagine? You would be able to see it.
Yeah, you can.
Well, you could see it.
You can smell it across the room. I literally can tell when someone has periodontal disease by across the room. It's bad.
Ugh.
I had a 28-year-old in my chair today that his mom made this appointment.
Mm-hmm.
He came in on an emergency because what it said is that he had a toothache. I brought him back.
My mommy made me an appointment.
Yeah, he's 28 fucking years old. And I was like, so I hear you're having a toothache. And he's like, I was. It was like literally pulling teeth to get answers out of this guy.
He was until his teeth fell out and they didn't make anymore.
No, it was just he was like, yeah, it was last week. And I'm like, oh, so it stopped hurting? How was it hurting? Was it cold sensitivity or was it throbbing, aching? And he's like, I don't know.
Ugh.
And then I was like, well, where was it hurting? On the upper left. So I take the x-ray and whatever bullshit. The doctor comes in and she's like, so I hear you have a toothache. She does basically the same thing I just did.
Awful.
And then she's like, so where's it been hurting? He goes, lower left. And I'm like, I locked eyes with my doctor and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And she just waved it off. She's like, it's fine. Cause this guy will never come back.
Mm-hmm.
He will
cause he'll be dead?
Yeah. Yeah, he will. Well, cause she was like, what's keeping you from coming to get your teeth cleaned? And he's like, it hurts. And it's like, okay, well, there's other things we can do to make it not hurt. But and she was just like, you can't keep going the way that you're going because you will lose your teeth and you have to keep these teeth for 60 more years. And he's like, that's not going to happen. And she's like, let's try 30 more years. And he's like, I doubt that will happen.
So, does he think he's going to die or he just wants dentures?
I think he thinks he's going to have dentures. And she's like, why are you thinking this way? And he's like, I'm not optimistic.
Okay.
It's like,
all you have to do is brush and floss.
Yeah. It's just like, what on earth? People are so stupid.
Yeah, you can floss your teeth just lying in bed watching TV.
That's a little floss.
Buy the flossers. Yeah. Keep them in your purse. Keep them in your truck. Anywhere.
Use mouthwash at the bare minimum.
That is anything.
Buy a water pick. They're fun.
Water pick, yeah.
I don't understand it. But then it's like, okay, what else aren't you doing if you can't brush your teeth?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Do you not wipe your ass either?
Probably not. You don't know, bro.
Yeah. You never know.
I think you kind of know. You have an idea.
I don't know. I can't tell if that's your ass or your breath that I'm smelling, God. I guess.
All right, well.
Yes, good peeve.
Very good peeve.
People are nasty. Sure. I'm surprised that your dad must have went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, ah!
Like, everyone just rushes into that room. What's wrong?
We talked about it for the rest of the day. It was, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. For sure.
Good peeve.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Okay. Oh, peeve closed. Yes. You can say it too.
Well, it was her peeve.
Oh, right.
Peeve closed.
Okay.
Brush your teeth.
So I guess I will then go.
Yes.
My peeve is when a computer hasn't been on in a while.
I know where you're going.
So you turn it on, and it takes so much longer to boot up than a computer that you use every day. And I'm not sure why. I think it might have something to do with, like, warming up the circuitry. Because,
Maybe.
like, I have 2 laptops in here right now running. Well, we were going to use 2 microphones. Doesn't matter. But one of them is my new one that I use all the time. The other one's an old one that I haven't used in weeks and weeks. I finally turn it on, and it took a full, 5 minutes to get into a ready state, where the other one is, 5 seconds. And that's an older laptop, so that's why it is a slower one. I just don't get why.
I almost think you're just used to this one being so fast now that it seems even longer. But I'm sure it still takes longer.
It is longer, yeah. Because there's computers at work that will pull out of the storage and, we have to boot this up, hit the power button. All right, now we can wait for a couple minutes. Yeah.
Trying to connect to the internet.
Maybe, yeah.
I have one computer at a time, so I cannot relate to this.
Right.
Can't relate. Broke AF.
It's just weird.
No.
I don't get it.
Do you find that on yours that you use all the time?
I have a Mac, so I don't know.
Oh, well, fine.
I have a Mac.
I have a Mac.
So, but I will say that I do use a PC that's older that I'm 90% sure has some sort of a virus on it that's, acquired this virus on it. And, yeah, it's like you type something in, and then it's delay, and then it types it out, and I'm just like, oh,
ugh,
here we go.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Awful stuff.
Awful.
Yeah, so I just think over time it just...
Decays.
Yes.
It seems like electronics should always
Same.
should always be instant. Like you press a button, an electric surge blasts through, and then it happens. You're gonna say that I'm impatient.
I'm just saying, yeah.
Well, I think for the amount of money you pay for stuff, it should last longer.
It should
And
last
that's
longer.
the whole purpose of them. I think it's so you have to keep
I also
buying
just
them,
think that's our generation of just it should work by now. That's how many times a day you're like, it's 2019. Why isn't this working?
No, there's a difference between being used to getting everything immediately and being entitled to it, and something built to work a certain way and it isn't. To be like, this should work the way that it's supposed to. I'm not entitled or I'm not being too uppity in thinking that it should work that way.
You also bought that computer 8 years ago.
Yes. It's an old computer, that's what I'm saying. But I do think that if I were to buy 2 computers, use one of them every day, and use one of them once a month, the one that I use once a month will take longer to boot up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I really wonder what that is. Write in!
Yeah, if you know.
If you know.
I don't know what it is.
Call in.
Call in. Yeah.
We're waiting.
Call us at 555, not really a number. It's a really long phone number. We got it, though.
Sorry.
Do you guys remember texting and having only the numbers and you have to go 555?
Oh, yeah.
333.
Oh, yeah, I
So,
used to be able to just do it.
Yeah. And
without
how
looking.
good. And now if we had to do it now, it would take me forever.
You really just get used to stuff.
Yeah.
It's
I
like...
can still do it, I think. I think I can still do
I
it.
could.
Because I can
It's
remember
like riding a bike.
how many times you hit the button to be a certain letter.
Yeah.
It's probably muscle memory.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that the other day because I saw a meme that had that only
Kids won't
yeah,
know.
kids won't know this, and it's okay, boomer.
Oh, yeah. But it was in numbers. And
Yeah.
you had to press it a
yeah, you
number
had
of
to
times.
figure it out. That'd be a good escape room trick.
That would be. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Get to
Copyright.
work. Yeah, you can't use that. Don't listen. Planet Fitness. Okay, so
We're gonna have to @Planet Fitness when this episode
Definitely.
comes out.
So that was my peeve.
Nice.
Peeve closed.
All peeps closed.
All peeves closed.
Those were good peeves.
Yeah, good job this time, everybody. We'll see.
Sometimes they aren't good.
Well, no, every single thing that's ever happened on the show has been perfect because the show is perfect. Right.
Well.
Anyway, let's go ahead and pop on over to our question segment. Here we are.
That didn't take long.
Isn't it nice
Very
over
Blue's
here?
Clues.
Oh, yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Wow. Flashbacks. Remember
Hey,
Blue's
you
Clues?
know there's a new... I don't want to say a new
A
Steve.
News Clues? Oh, sorry.
That was good, too.
Thank you.
There's a new guy on Blue's Clues.
Is this just the third?
This is the third guy.
Yeah.
Because the first one went to college.
Steve went to college.
The second one went to jail, right? Joe went to jail.
I thought the
Which one
first
didn't
one
go
went
to
to
jail?
jail. The first one went to jail.
No, Steve never went to jail.
And
Steve's a good guy.
Well,
isn't it like animated now? Like
Blue is animated now.
what was he before?
But true.
I like.
he was 2D
Now it's-
before.
Oh, now he's
Yeah.
CG.
Now he's 3D.
Everything is CG. We were looking this up the other day. Like, what was the last 2-dimensional animated movie?
Of Disney,
Princess and the
specifically.
Frog.
Disney
That's
specific.
what I said, yeah.
Disney specifically. I did look it up, and there was one. I don't remember. I don't know when Princess and the Frog came out.
2009.
Okay, this.
Dude, good job.
They went to 3D, and then they purposely made
Yes.
that one. In
That's what I
2D.
said, yeah.
In 2011, they made a Winnie the Pooh movie that was 2-dimensionally animated.
Yeah, but who saw that?
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm saying when was the last one?
I would like it if they did it every now and then.
Yeah.
I like it better.
Right.
I like it better.
Not
Not that I don't love like the technology with Frozen and stuff.
Yeah, it looks great,
looks
but
good.
there's the reason that when I was a kid, I loved cartoons, and adults would say like, "Oh, when you get older, you'll like live action stuff more." And I was always
So
like,
you just want to
"No,
stick it to him? Like, no, I still like cartoons.
no, why does everything have to be spiked
just
with you,
asking.
Jody?"
Because that's how we're programmed.
Yeah.
And I was always like, "No, I'm gonna like cartoons forever." And then, of course, when I grew up, I did like it. But the reason I liked it was because they were cartoons, not because they were real. And the CG stuff is like way too realistic.
It's like
Real, man.
yeah, it's like
feel
not fun.
There are ways to improve like 2D
Mm-hmm.
to where it doesn't look like it's old, like it's an
Right.
old movie.
Right.
Like it doesn't have to be like all of this like animation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
On that same line, I do miss the amount of commitment to make a good movie. Because CG is so easy to do nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like, think of how much work went into like Jurassic Park, like all those animatronics, or what was the movie we just watched? And I was like, look at the commitment to this. Like every detail in this is so good.
I don't remember.
It's not The Grinch, but it was something like that. I'll think of it later.
Yeah, where
but,
stuff just wasn't computer generated.
Yeah, I was just like, look at this fabrication.
Makeup or whatever, yeah.
Like all of Jim Henson and all that good stuff. I was just like, I really miss that. I really miss like
Never mind.
diving into it yet. But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
How did we get there?
Oh, I don't know. So anyway, questions.
Okay.
Who would like to go first with our questions?
I'll go. I'll
Okay.
keep it in the same word. I don't know how good this question's gonna be. We might have to like think about this for a second.
Oh, God.
Can we guess how good it's going to
I
be?
don't know if I can think.
I'm going to give it
Sure.
a 3.
Maybe. I really don't know. You guys could have great answers or you could not.
But that's out of 4, so good job.
What is this, video games?
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Okay, my question is, what is something that you are never going to have in life or that you've missed out on?
Wow.
Perfect answer.
Okay,
for this.
good. I'm gonna give you
A wife.
Wow.
damn. But yeah, that's exactly what I mean. My first one that comes to mind is I will never have a promposal. Like I am past that point in my life. I didn't have one, so I will never have one.
We have those. They weren't as big. Like
I don't think those are
Pass.
real. I don't think they'll ever happen.
Oh,
I don't think
they're-
proms are real. Have you ever seen a prom?
Yes,
Oh,
we
well.
went together. And my second one is I will never have a blood niece or nephew. And that's very strange to me. Like my own blood niece or nephew.
Is that something you feel like you're missing out on?
Yes, I will never be somebody's blood aunt. That's sad to me.
Okay.
Your siblings might have kids, and
I'm
those
sure
will
one of
be-
them already does.
Shut up!
We don't know.
Jinx that.
We don't know. Somewhere out there.
Stop.
Well, just calls them as
But
they
they
see them.
like, and they're it's just not the same as like your blood.
Okay.
what?
In
I'm
a,
just kidding.
in a word, your nephew is your blood for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but that's true. That's your truth. That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
I will never have that. Then that's just something that I will never have. And how I feel about that is whatever, but yeah. That's just weird to think like, oh, I will never have that.
Mhm.
So
Mine is
a wife.
There's still time if you're adamant about it.
What are you talking about? You and Chocolate Thunder are gonna get married in
Yeah, what are you
2
talking
years.
about?
Yeah.
So mine could technically still happen, I guess, but probably not. I feel like I missed out on going away to college and experiencing that.
That's
like, I feel like if I went now, it wouldn't be the same experience.
No, absolutely not.
Because I feel like there's a gap, like, between, like, first graduating high school and maybe, like, 21, 22, maybe.
Yeah.
To where, like, that would be, like, a super, like,
you're
fun
still
time.
a kid. Like, you're
you don't really have the
not making good decisions.
Yeah. And I feel like I completely missed out on that, and it's something that I would have liked to experience. I just, where my, you know, schooling and career went, that's just not how it played out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
Whoa. That was heavy. Do you have one?
Well,
I don't know. Let's see. What's a good one? I'm trying to think of how old I was when I graduated college. I think I was just about to turn 22. So that was like, ooh, is that correct? I think that's right. So that's like your early 20s. I will never have like carefree years in my 20s. Isn't that dark? It's so dark, you guys. I will not.
Meaning what?
I will never have that because I have like, I felt like when did we do Susical? 2012, 13?
13.
So like 2 years after I graduated from college, I became an aunt. So
Aunt, like, in the house.
Yeah,
like, I don't know
hands-on, hands-on aunt. So I feel like from then on, I've been super, like, I've had this big responsibility that, like, I definitely never thought I'd have. And it changed a lot of decisions and stuff in my life that I've made. So, yeah, it's like when I looked at my 20s, like when you look at your 20s, when you think of what they're going to be like, you think like, oh, I'm going to have this like carefree fun time. I'm going to go out and do all this stuff as an adult after, you know, when I'm out in the workforce. And it's just like, that did not happen. And at this point, that's not going to happen. That's not to say I can't do whatever I want, but
it's not the same.
That's not the same because I'm at a different point in life now.
Yeah,
so
because you're always going to have somebody at home. That's,
and also, I'm still like an aunt. Like that doesn't change either. So yeah, like that's like what 7 years of my life that so far. So that's crazy.
That is
crazy. For sure.
That's crazy. I mean, it's not all like a negative thing at all.
Right. That's what I mean. How you feel about it is
it's
here nor there, but
yeah, I'm not going to ever have that back.
Yeah.
No.
I know.
Because the fire, I think, went out.
No, I turned it off.
Oh, okay.
Do you have one?
I guess...
Fire went off as we're talking about all these things.
Like, my fire went off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess a lot of mine is, like, the same stuff. Like, I never got to go away to college like I wanted to really badly. I never got to have that life. I started dating Jody when I was really young, so I never got the...
Sorry.
I never got to have, like, the young adulthood where you're just carefree and do whatever you want, because Jody was, like, an old soul forever.
Wow. You are too, though, so don't even get at me about that.
I only am because I have to be.
Oh my gosh, it went out.
Yeah,
it keeps going
so
out.
Angry.
Yeah. So, what I got instead is really nice, too, I guess, but... Yeah, it's just, I never had, like, you're supposed to, like, stay out all night and party and drink and stuff. And
I did that dating you.
Yeah, well, I didn't, so I don't know what you were doing, but,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about that, too.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I never really had, like, another serious relationship outside of you, so...
Right.
Which I'm glad, because, like, that would be really hard. Like, you get really messed up from that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody does it.
Yeah. But everybody gets messed up in different ways, and then you have to, like, carry that on to your... or try not to carry that onto your next relationship.
Mm.
So... You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I also have never had...
Never
and,
have
like,
I ever...
nobody... not everybody has this. But, like, not so many friends, but, like, a few of my friends are like, oh, you'll hit your hoe phase. Like, you'll have, like... Where, like, you just, like,
some people
sleep
just
around.
don't do that.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't
Everyone's
think
different.
I will have that, because I'm not like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
But,
I mean, I think that's good, but...
Yeah, everyone's different.
Yeah.
$1 billion?
Don't say that.
No, because I think we're going to get rid of billionaires before.
I hope so.
Cool. Like, it sounds naive, but there's only so much money in the world, and if somebody's hoarding all of it, nobody else can have any. So I think we're going to get rid of billionaires at some point and just be like, you can have $99 million, or I guess $999 million, and that's it. You can't have a single dollar.
Can't have any more.
No
Next
more.
up.
So, plus, if you're not born into it, you're not going to make $1 billion. Sorry. So
The odds of it happening are so
right.
You want to fucking bet?
Yeah, I'll bet you $1 billion. Okay, so deep question.
That question
that
went
was
a lot
pretty
better than
deep.
I thought.
I like the ones that are like, this could get really deep. So
Yeah.
let's
was
get into
good.
it. Awesome. Question closed.
Question closed.
Question.
Who would like to
Yes.
pick up the question baton?
My questions are vague. I had 2 questions. My one question was too related to something we already talked about. My other question's vague, so I don't know how to frame it. So I'm trying to think.
Mine is not as deep
Okay.
and
Good.
very surface level.
Good.
Okay.
Very simple. Do you have a TV show recommendation?
Yes.
Yes.
on Netflix.
Because I'm looking for something to watch.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna jump in here.
Do you have one?
No, I'm jumping in here.
No. Do you have one?
So yes, because I recently watched Pose on Netflix,
Oh.
which is a Ryan Murphy show,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is what we were talking about before we started. And it basically deals with like the 80s, like the gay community, specifically like the black and like the Hispanic, and like New York, like the Bronx and all of that. And it's like about like the whole like Vogue scene, and it just deals with a lot of like heavy stuff, while also being like a super, like there are super fun moments and super heavy moments, and it's like a good balance. And it's only 8 episodes, I think. So I
Doable.
Yeah, I was
Doable.
able to binge it in like 2 days,
Nice.
and it was amazing. It was on par with like American Horror Story, which is one of his other shows.
Yeah.
And I hope this is season 2, but I would definitely recommend it.
Nice.
It's great.
Nice.
I'll go. American Crime Story. It is also Brian Murphy. Is that his name?
Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy. I'm not a huge fan of his other shows. Like American Horror Stories goes in waves for me. Glee is whatever. I'm not.
It's just whatever.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. But my favorite thing that I've ever seen from him is American Crime Story. Season one was
is
so
phenomenal.
good. Every episode is gripping, even if you know what happens, because it's based on a true story, obviously. Even if you know what happens, you're still just like wrapped up in it. Season 2
was crazy.
Season 2
Absolute. I was like,
so
what is
weird.
going on?
It is a huge departure from the first one, because the first one's pretty straightforward. It's like, here's a story, here's the characters, each episode is like the next bit of the story. And then season 2 is just almost like it's almost like a sci-fi show, even though nothing sci-fi is happening.
It's almost like American Horror. It's like building these pieces together, and you're just like, what?
Like episodes take place not in the correct order, so you have to like figure stuff out, and you're like, oh wait, this character, so they met before, and we didn't know, stuff like that. So it's a really, really good show. The acting and like both seasons, the acting has been just impeccable. You're just drawn to the actors, and you're laughing.
That's ordinary. Like that's one of my favorite.
Ordinary.
That's one of my favorite quotes.
Yeah. It is. It is a really good show. And season 3 is just recently announced, but it's not coming out until September of 2020. So who even knows if we'll be around then?
Stop. What's wrong with you?
Anyway, so that's my recommendation. If you like Ryan Murphy, I don't know why. Brian Murphy just sounds.
Brian Murphy.
If you like
It's Brian's
his
favorite.
shows, you'll
Brian.
really like this. It is great, and it's on Netflix. So.
Nice.
Anybody else have any
I
recos?
would recommend British Bake Off.
Okay.
Christmas one?
All of them. Absolutely all of them. Great. What is it called?
I don't know. The Great
British
Great
Baking
British
Show.
Baking Show. Yeah.
Mhm.
I love it. It's a thing that my mom and I watch together, but it's also just like a fucking sit and just watch these people like try and do something great
Okay.
that not everybody can do.
Okay, wow, Jode. I thought we spent a whole war trying to break away from Britain, but that's fine if you just want to go right back into their
I fucking
cold
will
British
because
arms.
their food Well, typically very bad. Like,
Notoriously,
normally notoriously very bad. All that shit on that show looks really good.
It really does.
So.
It's like a wholesome show.
Yeah, it's just, and that's what I need. It's just something that's just like positive.
Yeah.
Is that like one of those like competition ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's like...
But they're like one episode competitions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they eliminate somebody each episode, but...
Oh, okay. So it's like multiple...
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, you could just watch one episode if you want to.
Yeah.
Is there a competition show where there's no eliminations? It's just like throughout the whole season, everybody competes, you get points, and then at the end, it's like the winner has the most points in these categories, and here's the winner.
No.
There should be.
Not that I know.
I've thought of that too. Like, I feel like they should.
Like, don't kick anybody off.
Yeah.
Right, because you could just have a bad week one week.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's like. Like we'll watch like Face Off or Project Runway or whatever, and it's like here's somebody who's great every single week.
Bad week, yeah.
Or the challenge is like that's not my strong suit. I don't do like horror, or I don't do like.
Well, if you don't do horror and you're in special effects, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm just saying, like I don't do this. Whatever the challenge is, that's not my strong suit. Everybody has weak areas, so like you just don't do a good job, or like you're under the weather or whatever.
Right.
And then they're like, well, you're not getting your $1 million or your book deal or whatever. You're going home and we're going to kick you in the face on the way out. It just seems mean.
Right.
Why did they kick him in the face on the way out? So.
Well, we should start a show.
We should start a show.
Just have everybody do all of this competing, and then at the end, just pick one.
Yeah.
How angry would you be at that? You're like, I had to do this for 10 weeks, and I still didn't get anything.
Yeah, but then you get to really show off your capabilities.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we'd have
more
opportunities.
But then we'd have
after
to pay those people, each one of them, for 10 weeks.
That's probably
True.
more.
Who's Adam Lambert?
He's a singer.
Was he on American Idol?
Yes.
Did he not win?
No.
He got second.
See? And he's famous.
Who won that year? Could
Carrie Underwood.
Who?
Chris Allen.
Exactly. Who?
Yeah.
I saw Adam Lambert in Wicked. He was in the ensemble.
Oh, wow.
Wicked.
Nice.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
Really?
Well, do you have a Netflix recommendation?
Yeah, Schitt's Creek.
Oh, yeah. I've heard
I have
show.
heard great things.
It's very good. It's funny, but there's really heartfelt moments in it too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Canadian, so if you watch any other Canadian shows, there's like people that pop up in it. So
Letterkenny is the only other Canadian show.
It's a good show, and there's four seasons.
Whoa,
of it on
really?
Netflix right now, I think.
Huh.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I've only just started hearing about it, so I assumed it was a new
It's
show.
getting like Emmy buzz in the States now, but it was more like. So that's a good recommendation.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Because like there's so many dark shows or like heavy shows and stuff, and that one's not. So I think that's a good one.
Okay, so by the next episode, audience, you'll have watched every episode of every show that we've talked about.
Yeah.
Because we're going to spoil everything in the next episode.
I don't have a show necessary to recommend, but I think it was on Netflix. It was like Hot Girls Wanted.
Oh, yeah.
It was a documentary that we watched, produced by Rashida Jones.
Among other people, she was a producer. It wasn't like her documentary.
No, that's why I said produced by Rashida Jones.
Jody, that's... Okay.
I recommend it. It's just a good, hour and a half, look into the porn industry and how evil
I just
it can be.
listened to a podcast that mentioned that documentary.
Yeah.
It's like I knew.
Yeah, that sounds really familiar.
By the end of it, I was seriously like, people are awful. I mean,
Yeah,
you know
was
that
just
already,
like
but
it was more
what
like the business
on
side
earth?
of it, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Or how they just lure young girls into doing it with
That's really
promises
weird.
of travel and all this other good stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It was called Hot Girls Wanted. I looked it up.
Can we be
Just
sponsored by
make
Netflix too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Netflix, if you're listening.
We are looking for money.
We're sponsored by Brian Murphy.
Brian Murphy.
Brian Murphy Productions.
Brian Murphy's younger brother. It's like, yay, I'm Brian Murphy. I make shows about boobs.
What makes you think he is Italian?
Italian? Because look at him.
I've never seen a picture of him. Have you?
He's not
Brian
real,
Murphy's
so
not
no.
real.
Well, okay, is Ryan... Have you seen
Is
a
he
picture?
real? Yes, he is. He made shows. All right, well, whose question was that? Your
That was
question.
mine.
All right, who would like to go next?
I don't know. Okay. I don't know how to ask this question. Okay, so I recently started watching Nancy Drew on the CW.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that's based on, obviously, books that have been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But after having watched it, I really like it. You should watch it. It's haunted. They've added, a supernatural element into it, and it's upfront that, this show is going to have supernatural element, and all of the people in it are 18 and over. So I was like, I can go with this. I'm looking at you, Riverdale. You've become ridiculous. So that show is stupid now. Like,
come back to 3 years ago, and she's like, everyone needs to go watch Riverdale so we get a season 2.
Now I'm just like, this is
what monster
one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Look what you've done, Carmen Sandiego.
It was all my fault. But no. So I read Nancy Drew growing up, and I really like those books. But I don't really have that big of an issue of them casting. Like, there are some main characters that are black that aren't specifically black in the books, or Asian, or they've done stuff with like sexual orientations with some of the characters and just like played around with it. There's obviously the books didn't have supernatural element in them. I'm fine with it. It's a good show. That's just source material. So is there anything that you would be upset about from your childhood or from like literature that you would be like, how dare you touch this? How dare you alter it?
Ooh, that is a good question.
So do you have anything that you don't want touched?
I don't think so, because they're not saying they're the books, they're saying we're basing it off of these characters, but we're putting a spin on it. It's its own thing. You can still like the books, which I do. Yeah. But it's just, it's a different thing. But I've seen people being very upset by it.
But you don't have anything else that you're like, don't touch that.
No, because whatever the original source material still exists, that doesn't take away from that.
Right.
So,
see, I disagree with that, but...
Okay.
Because it's still there.
Yeah.
Why,
okay.
It's tainted.
No, it's not.
No.
Yes, it is. Mary Poppins will never be the same because Mary Poppins Returns is out now.
And, okay, for the record, you don't like Mary Poppins Returns. That needs to be said because it's not obvious, because lots of people did.
Oh, it's obvious. I'm sure I've stated it.
I'm sure you have, but
so
just for now.
This is a problem with so many...
There's a lot of reboots going on now.
Yeah, so many different franchises and all that.
Yeah.
For example, The Walking Dead. There's the comic book, which is where it started. And then they made the show a while later. They're two different...
Stories?
No, they're not two different storylines. I mean, kind of.
Okay.
They're like kind of two different universes. Like, there's the comic book universe where like certain characters die at different times.
Yeah.
And then the character counterpart in the show either has a completely different storyline, they die different ways,
or don't exist in the comics.
Does the comic book still exist, and it's still coming out with new stuff?
Yep.
I think it ended recently, but I mean...
Pretty recently, though.
Yeah, so... But they were, like, making them at the same time, like, two different... But, like, I think it can be written off kind of that way. Like, oh, this is a completely different story, and then this is a character with the same name, similar qualities, but it's a different story.
Yeah.
So, personally, I don't have a problem with anything. Like, because I like when shows try to be more, like, inclusive or do different things, like the whole Little Mermaid scandal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, something like that. Like, I'm totally, like, I love that.
There's some stuff where it's going to be an issue, and it's almost like nobody cares about this. They're just like, oh, we have to get mad at this, so let's just get mad at this. Like, they announced that Ariel thing, and I was like, okay, waiting for the comments to come in about people getting mad, and they don't have to. They could just not get mad at this stuff. They could just move on.
People would be mad either way.
Right.
Like, they would be mad if it was too white.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And they would be mad. Other people are mad when stuff is inclusive and like non-traditional casting with stuff. So it's kind of like, well.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right.
What about you?
I'm
sure you have a lot to say on that.
I do have a lot to say. I do not think I'm going to regret saying this because something new is going to come out and I'm going to really love it. I don't think we should ever reboot and retouch classics.
Right.
I have absolutely no problem of things being inclusive and whatever. Like, I love when new shows come out and take new ideas and spin them and whatever. But I see absolutely no reason to remake something that's already great. And I'm gonna use Mary Poppins as that example.
No, I'm just trying not to make you hit the table.
I won't hit the table. Okay. I absolutely think there was no effing reason to make another Harry Potter. Mary Poppins.
Well, that too.
That too, yeah.
But it wasn't a remake of the original movie. It was like a sequel.
But it was.
It was basically, it was the same story.
It was the exact same story for a new generation when the original was better. Just show your kids that. Like, I don't understand.
I agree.
I know money. Yeah.
I agree to an extent. Mary Poppins I didn't really have much of a problem with.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, remaking all of these Disney movies in live action, I think that's pointless.
Yeah.
I do too.
Especially when they're not live action, like The Lion King.
Yeah.
And, like,
The live one.
make new stories. Make new
make
princesses.
new stuff.
Make new heroes.
Like, you know, we got Moana. We got, like, all these new
Frozen was
people.
such a huge thing. Like,
Yeah, like two sisters. Like, that's awesome.
Although
like, new stuff like that.
None of this stuff is, I don't know about Moana, but none of this stuff is originally, they're like,
no, yeah, everything.
they were all based on books and stuff.
Okay, well, now
So
we
it's
can
like,
start
oh,
making
the book
new
was so
stuff.
much better.
Yeah.
Mary Poppins was based off a book
Yeah.
series.
But,
So, like, the books were better.
Dick Van Dyke was in it, and Julie
okay,
Andrews.
wow.
he was in the new one too.
Yeah, Julie Andrews wasn't, and there was a clear part where she was supposed to be in there, and she wasn't. I hope nobody ever touches Dinosaurs by Jim Henson, because I don't think it would be the same, and I don't think it's necessary.
Mm.
That show is really special to me, because one, I watched it as a kid, but, like, even if you watch it today, there are, like, adult issues hidden behind, you know, puppets. So it transcends all ages, and you can all learn something from that. They're dinosaurs, so you don't need inclusivity because they're dinosaurs. Is that right to say?
Not really, because they're very clearly, like, gendered and have personalities.
You know what? You're true about that. I guess about race is what I was talking. There's different dinosaurs. So anyway, I don't think you need to remake it because you're still learning great things from it. And it won't be the same because you'll just, CGI everything?
Yeah, they would.
So
they definitely would.
So that's one thing I wouldn't want touched.
For my part, I've never ever in my life cared about, like, the integrity of the original thing. Mm-hmm. If they change something, I'm like, if it's good, I don't care. You'd like Hermione is supposed to be ugly in the books, and in the show, in the movies.
Well, they would never let that happen. Right,
in the movies, even if you don't like Emma Watson, you can't say she's ugly. So, I love those books. I loved them before like, all this stuff happened. So it was never something that I've cared about because it's like, it's just a new thing. It's good. You know where else there isn't an ugly Hermione? Star Wars. And I love Star Wars. Like, just because it doesn't have the thing that I love in it doesn't mean that I can't also love it. So it's separate. I would say that if they did take a part that was supposed to go towards somebody who was black or trans or whatever, and then they, like, straight-washed or whitewashed that character, I would be upset about that. Unfortunately, when I was growing up as a kid, they just didn't have parts like that, so I didn't get attached to anything like that. So I don't know. If they were to make a Moana live-action movie and they just cast somebody white, I'd be like, I don't understand why you would do this. This is stupid.
That'd kind of be an issue.
Yeah, this is a bad idea.
So
on
in
every level.
10 years from now, or 15, when they remake Harry Potter.
Right.
How are you going to feel about that?
I'll be like...
How are you going to feel about that?
I will be like, I'm excited to go watch new Harry Potter movies. If they are good, I will like them.
That's the thing.
You want me to say I would hate them. That's what you're expecting.
If they're good. But then there are some things
you're killing Michigan.
Well, they're going to.
See, that's exactly how I feel.
And I don't even think it's going to take 10 or 15 years.
But I like what they're doing now, where they're making different
things
stories
in the same world.
But those movies,
but
those movies are bad.
But they are eventually going. They are going to remake them.
Yeah, they will. They absolutely will.
They're going to
that's not a question. They're going to do that.
But I'll be dead.
Maybe.
Because I'll kill myself.
The second it's announced, I'll be like, nope, I died before I heard it.
stand for this.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll hate it. Maybe I'll hate it.
Well, I know. If those movies are bad, which I expect they probably will be, I will be like, oh, those movies are bad. But I'm going to reserve judgment till I see them.
I think it's kind of like, are you doing a straight up remake, or are you doing your spin on something that's like a source material, but you're doing this over here?
That I would be okay with.
Those are two different things.
That I would be okay with.
Right, with Nancy Drew, it's the characters in name and loosely
personality, but a lot of it is so different.
Yeah,
that's the thing. If they completely just remade the Harry Potter movies, and it was the same exact story to a T, I would hate it.
Yeah,
because
Tom Felton is not in them.
The original was better, but if it followed the story kind of, but like had new elements to it, I feel like I would like it.
This must be what older Star Wars fans are feeling.
Yeah.
Watching these new ones being made, because the thought of them remaking Harry Potter is just like absurd.
But they're not, I don't know, the Star Wars show, they're not remakes, they're just like adding
I mean,
the
they
story.
basically
they're adding-
are.
Again,
Well, they're
it's
adding
the
to the
same story, very similar stories,
It's
but
very similar.
yeah, they are
Right,
they are
but it's not.
continuations. It'd
They're
be
not
like,
supposed to be the same. Like, it's not like Princess Leia and Luke and all
True.
it would be like if they rebooted the Harry Potter franchise in a couple of years, but it was like Harry's children going to school and going through the same stuff Harry was, where it's like it's
Yeah.
technically a sequel, but they're just
It's
redoing all the
different
same stuff.
character. Yeah.
Which again, if they're good, great. If they're bad, not great. I don't think the idea of them remaking it by itself is bad, like other people seem to.
Yeah.
Like, I think
All I'm saying
It's
is
They better not remake Dinosaur.
they better not do that.
All I'm saying is
And
they
then I'll
better
also
not.
just add that the live action version of Aladdin is great.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
We saw it together. It was very
it was
good.
so good.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about Jafar, but
right. He was the weakest link, I think.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
which I feel bad. It's not the
I mean,
actor's
okay.
fault.
Right. He just wasn't.
While we're talking about this, I just wanted the snake and the time, the hourglass.
All I
thing.
wanted was the hourglass.
The hourglass
Really,
and the
all I
snake.
wanted was the red outfit.
The red outfit, the hourglass, and the
The snake.
cobra.
I just wanted him to sing his
Yeah, you're right.
his
Prince
reprise.
Ali, seen
Yeah.
nearly Aladdin. You're right.
Deleted scenes. That's come out on DVD now? Where is any of that in any sort of deleted scenes?
I don't know.
Don't know. Have to look
it
it up.
Google it.
At me if it is.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, I will go with my final question closed.
Question closed.
Question
closed.
Closed with a Q.
So I'm going to try to, let's keep this fast. So I've been listening to another podcast that's inspired me to steal another segment.
I'm stealing.
This is something that we did before. I don't think you two were on this when I did I did some games from other podcasts, but this is a new one where it's called Would You Rather, and this is from the
Yes, I would.
this is from the podcast Comedy Bang Bang. Basically, the way it works is I ask a would you rather question. Before you guys answer, you will get to ask me questions about the scenarios and be like, well, wait, what about this or this or this? And I'll answer them. Then after that, you can answer. You can
Okay.
post. If you answer too quickly, you're disqualified. You can't answer right away.
Okay.
Okay. So I will ask you guys the first would you rather, which is, would you rather have feet for hands or hands for feet? Would you rather
So
have...
if you okay, so I'm gonna start asking questions. So if
Okay,
you
wait
had,
wait a minute. You can now ask questions.
if you had feet for hands, you
Yes.
would also have feet for feet.
Yes, you would have feet on your feet and feet on your
I
hands.
have my answer already.
If you
Me
have,
too. I
don't
have my
don't
answer.
don't
I'm
don't
not gonna
answer.
say it.
Don't lock it in too
I
fast.
absolutely have my answer.
Okay, and if you have, of course, naturally hands for your feet, you would have hands on your hands as well.
Oh.
Do you know? I guess I do have one more question. Do you know how good our balance is going to be if we have hands for feet?
Yes, if you have hands.
Don't make up shit.
Well, oh really? You
Like, don't make up shit just
Okay.
to make me change my answer.
Well, in that case, yeah, if you have hands on your feet, you can only stand on one leg at a time, because if you try to stand on both, you'll just get really confused and fall over. So.
That's not true.
Oh, isn't it? Oh, but the rest of it is.
Well, why? We can't.
It's magic.
So if you have feet for hands,
Yeah.
you can walk normally.
You're right. You can walk just as you do today.
And you have your arms. As
But-
well.
But you have to walk on all fours with your...
See, now it's just making up dumb rules.
What do you mean?
with your...
No, you're just
with
making
your feet,
up dumb
hands,
rules.
and your feet on the ground.
That would never happen.
None of this would ever happen.
You're
I'm
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
you-
galloping around on the ground.
Do you have any other
horses.
questions for me? Any other questions?
No, because you're just
No.
making up dumb answers.
All right. Well, would you guys like to give me your
Can
responses?
we gallop off a cliff in this thing?
Fun-
I'm
that-
hideous.
That is a good question. If you have hands for both your hands and feet, you can. But if you have feet, you also can do that. Yeah, you can either way.
Well, my answer is I would rather have hands for feet.
You would rather have hands on your hands. and
Because
on
then
your
I
feet.
am just a chimpanzee.
But you have to stand on one foot. Oh.
That's not true.
None of it's true.
I'm just saying that's not true either. Like
I
if-
would have hands on my feet because I feel like over time you would learn how to keep your balance.
Yes. Yeah, that's what my answer is too.
Yeah.
Sure.
like seriously, like chimpanzees could do it, and they have like cool monkey feet where they can actually grab stuff.
Yeah.
That seems way more useful
I
than
could hold
fucking hands or feet for
4
your
glasses
hands.
of wine.
Yeah.
But you have to lay on your back like a turtle that's been flipped.
Fine.
I'll do it, yeah.
You'll eventually learn to be flexible.
Yeah.
Great. What
This
about
is
you?
great.
Yeah, that's my answer.
Oh,
Same answer.
hands free.
What is yours?
Oh, I can't answer. I asked the question. Okay, next question. Would you rather live inside of a car forever, you have no home residence, or be a car forever?
Okay, I have a question.
Yes, go with the question.
Do I live in Radiator Springs from the movie Cars?
You do, but you are not anthropomorphized like those cars are.
Oh,
you don't
I'm just
have,
a car.
Right, you don't have a
just
face.
Christine.
Yeah, you're Christine. In
Yes,
fact, you
who's
are that same Ford Ford something.
Is the car functional?
It is, but the radio doesn't work, unfortunately.
I would rather.
Are other people cars?
Wait. My other question is, you're not trapped in this car. You just live in your car.
Right, you can leave the car whenever you want,
I would live in my car.
but it's your permanent residence. What was your question?
Are other people cars?
Are other people cars? You don't know because
You
you
don't have
don't
any
have a
emotions.
voice, and they also don't have a voice.
So would you rather go to hell or would you rather live in your car? Is basically what you're saying.
No, would you rather be a car or live in a car? Interpret the question any way you want.
I have an answer.
Okay.
It's not. Austin.
Wait until everybody
It's
is
not.
buzzed in.
Sorry. Would you rather?
If you can
die
keep asking
or live in your
questions.
car?
I'd love
Would you rather? Would you rather be in purgatory or live in your car?
Okay, if I'm like an anthropomorphic car, then cool.
And if other people are cars, yeah.
But then you have to pay for gas.
Do you?
If you're the car,
If you are the car, you can just go.
If you are the car, you don't have money. So you don't
You
have
have
to
to
pay.
rely
I have
on
to
somebody
beg
else.
someone to put gas in.
Drive me.
Well, you didn't ask this question, but I'll go ahead and give you guys the answer anyway. You do have a driver that you don't get to choose. It's just a randomly assigned person
So you
if
get
you
raped.
are the car.
Because someone
Wow,
gets
Joe.
inside you all the
That
time.
is,
I would have a man inside me at
extreme.
all times. That sounds great.
You don't get to choose.
yeah.
It's probably
Oh, you don't
a
get to
woman,
choose who it
not a
is? I'm
woman.
out.
It is a 16-year-old child. So
Okay, well.
Why'd we go there?
So then they're going to crash.
They're going to crash.
So then you're going to die.
You're going to die.
you'll be
But
fine.
you're
You
already
live
dead.
forever if you're the car.
Oh.
But you have no
Even if I'm a scrap?
emotions.
Yeah.
Or...
Why?
Yeah,
you're
but
just
if
a
you are
shell.
scrapped, you are still consciously alive, but you're in the scrapyard.
Do you
So
feel
you're
pain?
like trapped in your
You
body.
do. You feel pain.
Yeah, you're like trapped in your body, but you can't
Okay,
communicate.
well.
I'd rather.
I'm ready.
Would you
My
rather be a
answer.
vegetable or would you rather live
Yeah.
in your car?
Okay.
That should be the new name of our podcast.
Wow.
I'm ready.
All right.
Yes.
What would your answers be?
Live in my car.
Live in
Yeah.
my car. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you that you are comatose inside the car if you live inside the car. That's not true.
That's bullshit.
That
I
part's
hate
fake.
these
That part's
rules.
fake. And final question. Okay. Would you rather receive right now $1 million or be $1 million in debt forever? Don't answer yet. Don't answer yet. You have questions
This
to
is
ask
like
me.
that penny question.
I don't know
Yes.
if there's any question to
Do I have to
ask.
pay taxes on this $1 million?
Yeah, that's a good question. You do not have to pay a single cent in taxes.
How did I get this $1 million? Is the mob going to be after me?
I'm very glad you asked that because the answer is not the mob, but you did steal the money and you are in jail now because of it.
But you still have the money?
You have the money.
They didn't confiscate it?
They don't know about it. You stole $2 million. You lied and said that you only stole $1 million, so they took that $1 million. You still have
So
the
you're-
$1 million.
How long am I in jail?
Life. It's a life sentence. You stole $1 million, Jody. You
I
can't
would
get off
rather be a
scot-free.
million. Okay, I'm not.
Yeah, don't answer yet. That's a...
Wait. Okay.
My $1 million in debt.
Sure.
Okay. Are they after me for like tax evasion or any reason? Like,
In the debt question?
yeah, if I'm, yeah, are they after me for not? Like, do I need to go to like collections or?
Am I going to be in jail because I have so much debt?
No, the way it works in this scenario is the longer you don't pay your debt, the larger the financial penalty gets. So right now you owe $1 million. Next year you'll owe $1.25 million.
At that point, who fucking cares? Yeah.
Any other
Are
questions?
you still able to just kind of live your life
You are.
in debt?
You are. You're able to live your life because all of the book signings and the book deals for the book you wrote for being so massively in debt are keeping you able to live comfortably. What are you laughing at?
What kind of book is it?
It's a romance novel.
About being in debt.
About being in debt. It is a true story,
What
but
kind of romance novel?
one of the steamy ones that you'd find, like the paperbacks that like 40-year-old housewives
Like a
read.
Harlequin, like a
Yeah,
country
yeah.
romance novel.
Right.
With Fabio. Is
Yeah.
Fabio on the cover?
Not
That's
Fabio.
a huge deal breaker.
Not Fabio, but Fabio's father is on it. He's less fit. But
Is Fabio's father even still alive?
he's really sweet, though. He's like
Fabio's
holding a mug of
fabulous.
coffee, and you're like, oh, I bet he'd tell me a story or something. I don't know. You do with that information as you will.
Where did I get this inspiration for this romance novel?
You met Fabio's father.
Okay, so now we're just...
He's
I'd rather be
actually
in jail.
he's actually your tax collector. He's the one who keeps showing up every year to be like, well, adding another $500,000 to your debt.
So this $1 million that we stole,
Yeah, you stole the money.
is it in physical form?
It is in gold bullion.
The fuck is that?
It's
Like-
It's just in gold.
yeah, it's like cubes.
Billion is
It's buried under the ground though.
So you can't.
This is so
use it?
You are an asshole.
I
Is
didn't
what
come up
I
with this
choose.
stuff.
Okay.
You're making up the answers.
No, I have
though.
this all written down.
Show me.
There.
Show me.
I just did. So, do you have any other questions for me?
No.
I
No.
think you guys have all the information you need.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I break out of jail?
You can use some of your gold bullion because I said it was buried underground. It's under the jail, under your cell.
Okay.
You can
I
use some
pay
of
off
it
people?
to, you can like bribe guards. You can like have prisoners like help you get items and things to steal. So you could hypothetically break out of jail, but the risk is very high.
I mean, what are they going to do? Put you back in jail?
Well, they'll put you in solitary confinement where your jail isn't. I mean, your jail
What?
isn't buried on top of gold. Is not underneath
Or
you
your
in
jail
that
is your
scenario.
mind.
Yeah, it's like a Black Mirror type thing.
So then you're just a car.
Yeah.
At that point.
Actually, I'm glad you
I'm gonna
asked.
Gallop off a cliff with
Yeah.
4 feet.
Oh, you don't have those in this scenario, unfortunately.
Well, I'm gonna
Okay, I think
sew
we're
them
ready.
on.
Okay, I'm closing the question floor. Would you like to answer the questions now?
I would rather go to jail.
You'd rather go to jail and have
Yeah.
$1 million in gold bullion.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like I would also do that.
Okay, you're in jail too.
I would be in debt, for sure.
You'd go in debt.
Yeah.
You'd live with the Fabio's father book and
Debt scares me,
yeah.
More than jail? Do you know what they do to people in jail?
but I would have money.
What's wrong with you, child?
You could pay your way into having a comfortable stay in
Yeah.
jail, I feel like.
And if you escape, you can take your money with you,
Yeah, you could
and
go on
go
the
to
run.
Mexico.
Yeah. Just be on the run. Carmen
Do you
Sandiego
speak
style.
any Spanish?
I'm gonna learn.
Okay.
Okay, and I didn't. What I neglected. to
No,
do-
no.
If you get too far in debt, a surgeon will replace your feet with your hands, and you will have to.
Okay. Well,
Well,
we're in
Well,
jail,
then, feet with your hands not that bad.
Okay. Well, this has been Would You Rather. Thanks for playing.
Oh my god, I hate you!
So that was my question closed, and I think that's all questions closed. That's the show, right? We did
Right,
it.
we did it.
We successfully
That's
made it to the end.
Woohoo.
Woohoo. I need to go lay down. This is a lot of fun.
In your car?
Because
that's where you're going?
I
Yeah.
chose I would be the car. You guys didn't ask me about that one. That was the one question I was allowed to answer. The other two, no. Anyway, thank you for listening. This has been Peeves and Qs. If you want to continue listening, you can find us on iTunes. We're on YouTube, right? Do we have Peeves and Qs YouTube? Yeah.
We do.
So, we do. Okay, so check us out there if you want, wherever you get podcasts. You can find us on Twitter if you want to, at Peeves and Qs. And if you want to email us your own questions, comments, peeves, whatever, you can do that.
Would you rather?
Would you rathers? Yeah, please do. Maybe we'll play them on the show. You could do that at peevesandqspodcast at gmail.com.
Would you rather listen to Pews and Qs or die?
I know the
Your
answer.
choice.
For me.
There is a
Your
wrong
choice.
answer.
I'm on Twitter personally at Mr. spelled the long way red 2342. That's at Mr. Red 2342.
And I am on Twitter at clever girl, the letter F, the letter X.
Cool. Anyone else have anything they would like to add to the show?
Nah.
No. You'll never find me.
You'll never,
Where
you'll never
in
catch me
time
alive.
is Carmen Sandiego. I loved that game. Did you ever play that game? Like Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah, like computer, like
Yes.
history one.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go play
a good
that.
one.
I was good at.
All right, we're going to go play that game. Thank you
With
for
our
listening,
feet.
everybody. Yeah, we're going to type with our feet. It's going to be awkward. Goodbye.
Oh, that's a Netflix recommendation.
Bye.
What?
Carmen Sandiego, the animated series.
yeah. Go watch that.
On Netflix.
Thanks, Netflix.
Yeah.
And
Thanks, Planet Fitness.
And Brian Murphy.
That's the end.